What is up, people? How's it going? Welcome to a late night stream. See, we got Lee in here. Welcome. I know that I'm starting this a little bit later than normal, so we'll see if we get any people, but good to see some people here. How are you all doing tonight? Let's see. So we got our first question, and that's Goff start of the week. So hey Lee, it looks like you watched my video, so I appreciate that. Yes, I do have him as my start of the week because yeah. So I mean, if you watched the video, you probably heard, but he's playing you know, a really easy pass defense. I'm pretty sure, I don't know the exact numbers or the rankings, but I'm pretty sure the Seahawks actually have one of the worst pass defenses in the league. That being said, I'm expecting him to have a pretty big day. I'm expecting his wide receivers to have a pretty big day as well. And I know that Jared Goff isn't really, you know, a consistent or solid fantasy quarterback to start, but if we ever want to start him, I think this is the week. You know, I could see a lot of people starting him if say something like, you know, you have Mahomes and they're on a bye, you know, you have another quarterback who has a bad matchup. I definitely think Goff is a good start this week, so for sure I like him. And let's see. I would like to talk through a little bit about just, you know, recent fantasy news. So let me pull up what's been going on. So two big news today. David Johnson got put on IR, so Johnson's going to be gone for at least 3 weeks. So Duke Johnson potentially comes into play. Another big news is that David Montgomery is actually out for Monday night's game. So I don't know that we really know who is going to be that back there, you know? I think we have Ryan Nall is, you know, could be there. Cordell Patterson could actually get a few more touches and whatnot. Otherwise, you know, Lamar Miller, I'm pretty sure, is on that team too. So it's definitely a backfield that I don't really know I want to touch. I don't think David Montgomery was great when he was there. So yeah. They have a little bit of a tough, I guess I would say, tough, you know, backfield to figure out right now. In other news, it looks like Chris Carson and Carlos Hyde will not be playing, so I think DJ Dallas is a great start. Joe Mixon is out as well, which was a little bit surprising to me. I actually thought that he would be coming back for this week since it's after their bye, so that was a little surprising. Interesting, Justin Jackson just got placed on injured reserve, so he's droppable in pretty much all formats now since we expect Austin Eckler to come back. Kalen Ballage is definitely going to be a good pickup. Good pickup right now. Let's see what else we have going on today. I should actually look. I haven't looked. That news was a little older, so I didn't realize that Justin Jackson was placed on injured reserve. That's actually really surprising to me. Not really sure what happened, but yeah. Let's see what else is going on. So a lot of teams honestly right now have pretty questionable backfields with injuries, so that's never good for us fantasy owners. But I guess looking at it glass half full is that we have opportunities to try and grab some hidden gems. You know, a lot of these backfields, like the Bears backfield, we don't know who's going to actually be the guy. So if you kind of gamble and get it right, then that could be good. Let's see what else. Allen Robinson looks like he's questionable for Monday night's game, so Bears might have a pretty tough time, and that sucks, having it on a Monday night, because if you have him and he's one of your starting wide receivers, we don't really know what to do. Let's see. Irv Smith is out for the Bears game. I didn't really like Irv Smith that much, but that actually gives our guy Rudolph a potential flex play opportunity this week. What else is going on? So a lot of backfields are kind of rough right now, like I was saying before. Let's see. I'm just going through to see what other news there is. Watson has a tough matchup this week. I know I was talking to one of my subs about this. Watson has a tough, well, I don't think I would sit him necessarily, but he's going to be playing in a tough condition with, I think, what was it, 30+ mile winds. Last time the Browns had a pretty bad game like this was with the Raiders, and that was not good. So yeah, that was a little rough. But I don't know if Watson is someone that you can really sit. You know, he does have a little bit of value as a runner as well, which is going to be good for all of us fantasy owners, Watson owners. But he's definitely something that we might want to keep an eye out for in case something, if we have someone else to play, I think it's good. But I wouldn't be dropping a player just to pick up some random free agent quarterback to play in place of Watson because of the weather. But that's definitely something concerning to think about. Nick Chubb is finally back, so I think that's going to be great. Chubb's been gone for a while. It'll be interesting to see again what happens with Chubb and Hunt the split, but I think still at the end of the day, I think Chubb and Hunt are going to be fantasy worthy. I see him as more of like a 1A, 1B, as opposed to like running back one with a backup. Let's see. Sounds like Kenyon Drake has a good chance of playing tomorrow. So Edmonds owners beware. I did talk about this. Jacob, what's up, man? How you doing tonight? Welcome to the late night stream. But yeah, anyways, I was talking a little bit about Kenyon Drake and Chase Edmonds. And Chase Edmonds is definitely going to be, he might not be a play anymore, if Drake is back. So that'll be a little tough. Man, two Jacobs. Both Jacobs, welcome. How you guys doing tonight? Welcome to the super late stream. Glad you guys are able to join. How are your teams looking for tomorrow? We got a big Sunday coming up. I'm sure as you guys get your questions through, or if you just want to listen, I'm just kind of going through last minute recent fantasy news that we've had today. So we talked a little bit about, yeah, Jacob, fire away. Post your start question and we'll look at it. Nick, what's up? Welcome to the late night stream. How you doing, my friend? So yeah, notable people. So everyone who's just joining, I know, two Jacobs, right? Which Jacob has a better starting team tomorrow? Let's see. But yeah, we're talking a little bit about just last minute injury news. So we talked a little bit about David Johnson, David Montgomery, Nick Chubb, Joe Mixon, the Seattle backfield, Arizona backfield, Miami backfield. Justin Jackson was just put on waivers this week too. So, sorry, not on waivers, on injury reserve. So it's been rough stuff. So, okay, we have DJ Dallas, Chase Edmonds, or Leonard Fournette for your RB2. So let me look at these matchups really quickly. Off the top of my head, Jacob, I want to say DJ Dallas, because I believe he's going to be the lead back again, right? I really like what he's been doing because he's been used a lot as both a rusher and a pass receiving back as well. So let's look at these matchups. Also, let me know how the music is, guys. I can turn it down, turn it up, whatever you guys want. So we have so let's see. Seattle's playing. Where are we at? Seattle's playing LA Rams, which obviously have a good D. Arizona's playing the Bills. Fournette is playing the Panthers. Okay, so out of those, Jacob, I would go DJ, Fournette, and Chase is probably my ranking. Reason behind that is DJ is really like the only guy who is the for sure starting running back, right? We know we have Travis Homer involved in the mix too, but over the last 2 weeks we know about DJ Dallas and what he can do. Chase Edmonds, it sounds like there's a good chance that Kenyon Drake is going to play tomorrow, so I would keep an eye out for that. But I'm not a huge fan, and we've been discussing this over the last couple of streams. Not a huge fan of the Arizona backfield. Lastly, for Fournette, he should be able to do well. But the last 2 weeks, again, he's been doing well because Rojo's been put in the doghouse early. So I expect him to continue to do well, but I'm a little bit worried about what happens if Ronald Jones actually starts playing well and if Fournette isn't the main back to go to. DN, what's up? Let me get to you in a second. Nick Moore says, yeah, Jacob, for sure. Let me know if you have any more questions or disagree with that, but that's at least how I would rank it as of right now. Nick says, I'm worried that Curtis Samuel takes away from touches. He's been a fantasy voucher for weeks. Yeah, I think there's a chance, right? And I'm forced to start Mike Davis, unfortunately, in one of my leagues, but I think I think Mike Davis is a good play this week. I think he's, a solid RB2, but I think people are overhyping him a little bit, right? If we look at, I say that because I'm a Mike Davis owner and I've sort of felt the pain, I guess, right? So let's look at his score. He started off when CMC went down. He started off, really hot, played really well, right? And he was like, oh my god, everyone's like, oh my god, he's like a baby CMC. But over the last week, obviously with CMC back, he only had 6.2 points. The 3 weeks before that, he's averaging like 8 points. Against Chicago, he had 10 points. Against New Orleans, he had 6. Against Atlanta, he had 8. So, Nick, outside of Curtis Moore taking touches away from him, I'm more so a little bit worried about just his usage. It's gone down a lot, right? His volume has always hovered around like the mid-teens. So, I mean, who else do you have to start, I guess, Nick? Do you have other options, or are you forced to start him? All right, so Dian, you said Breida, Rieger, or E. Sanders at flex. I only have 2 points for... Yeah, were you in the Thursday night stream at all? The AJ Brown was not good. I would probably go Rieger for the highest upside here, the end. I do like his upside a little bit. He's a risky play though, right? Because we don't really know what his usage is going to be like. So he's a little bit of a risky play. I have him actually ranked pretty close in my tiers. I would probably go Rieger for the upside here. AJ Brown just dropped the juice on Thursday. Not that I have him though, he did. Yep, and I actually I will say though, if for those of you don't know, I am a Colts fan, and we had a really hype Thursday night game stream, and I did talk a little bit about it. I said, I wasn't gonna trust AJ Brown or Corey Davis that match, and for everyone that was talking, we talked a little bit about Derek Carney. I said, hey, I think. You still start him, but I think temper your expectations because he's probably going to have a little under 100 yards, and he ended up with 104 or something. So, yeah. I also have Hayden Hurst on bye. Should I stream Gerald Everett or Logan Thomas? This week, I would say I go Gerald Everett. I think he has a little bit higher of a floor, and I think he has a higher ceiling, and I'm actually personally doing that too. I have Kelsey in one league that I need a stream for, and I'm going for Gerald Everett. Bobby, and what's up? Drop Jerry, Judy, and Curtis. Ooh. I do like, so between Jerry Jeudy and Curtis Samuel, Fabian, I actually like Curtis Samuel a little bit, but Jerry Jeudy is trending up, he's trending up right now. Can you post the rest of your team? Because I'd be curious to see who else you have, and if we potentially have someone else that we can drop instead, because I think those two are good, both good stashes, unless, you know, you're absolutely loaded at wide receiver. Nick says, my other RBs are Chubb and Duke Johnson. I could put put Mike Davis, AB. Oh, I think I would go T Higgins here, Nick. You know, I like T Higgins. Like, T Higgins has been playing like a top 10 wide receiver, so I say you go T Higgins here, honestly. Ty, what's up, man? Thank you. Yeah, Christmas season. I need to figure out the light in the back, because I know I can sort of see that it's like blurring out a little bit. It's like it's got streaks. So let me know if that's annoying to you guys, because I can always turn it. Here, let me see. I can turn it down a little bit. Oop. Oh man, that just got real personal. I'm screwing it up. That's okay. Whatever. Okay, let me know if it bothers you guys. I can also change my light so I'm less purple, but I kind of dig in this right now. All right, so back to the questions. Fabian says, so okay, we're talking about who else we have to drop for Curtis Samuel and Jeudy. So we have CeeDee Lamb, Metcalf. Oh. By Metcalf. Okay, what about Fabian? What about any, like, do you have any, can you just post the rest of your team? Because I wonder if there's any, like, running backs, or, like, are you potentially holding on to, like, 2 QBs, 2 tight ends, 2 defenses? I mean, you have a pretty deep wide receiver for sure. My worry is about T. Higgins with weather. Yeah, so I know the Browns are gonna have a really bad weather. What's the latest news on the Bengals team? Let's see, Bengals. Weather. I guess they're also playing the Steelers, right? So that would be a little rough, but let's look at what the Bengals weather is like. So Sunday, rain before. Oh, so 20 to 25 mile winds. Gusts as high as, okay, so it is a little bit, I guess, worrisome. So Nick, I'm thinking out of those, I would definitely go Mike Davis or T. Higgins, but I don't think Mike Davis is a bad play, right? He should get at least 13 rushes at the minimum, is what I'm thinking, and be involved with like maybe 4 to 5 catches in the running game, or sorry, in the passing game. So if you're worried about the weather, I would go Mike Davis, and like I wouldn't overthink it. Lights are good, no issue here. Thanks, Ty. Ty says trying to decide between Chark, Higgins, or Antonio Gibson. So I actually have Chark as my sit of the week, and I don't know if you guys looked at the video, but go check out the start sit. So the thing with Chark is, actually let's look. So they're playing against the Bengals, and I said if Jaire Alexander is good to go, then we need to sit him, and he was my sit of the week. But right now, it looks like the latest news was from yesterday. It says Packers are likely without Jaire Alexander. If they don't have Jaire Alexander, absolutely go Chark. I would go Chark, Gibson, or Higgins, but check tomorrow morning before the game to make sure Jaire Alexander is out. Because if he's in, you sit him and you go Antonio Gibson. If he's out, then you go Chark. All right, Fabian. So we have Josh Jacobs, Nyheim Hines, Joe Burrow's backup quarterback. I also have 2 defense. Okay, so Fabian here, you drop Seahawks D or you drop Devontae Freeman. Absolutely. So drop one of those and pick up Curtis Samuel here. Ty, Jared Alexander is out. Okay, if he's out for sure, then definitely go Chark. Nick Moore, yeah. And that's the thing, is like it sucks that his floor has been kind of low and they're playing a tougher defense this week. But you're absolutely right that weather will have something to do with it. Jacobs has dropped Mark Ingram. Well, what's his status? Isn't he coming back soon? Freeman's on IR, so he's out at least 3 weeks, and I don't think we need to worry about him. Also, the Seahawks D is not good at all, so I don't think. I mean, unless you know something else, I don't think there's a point in keeping keeping the Seattle defense and all. As for Mark Ingram, I wouldn't drop Mark Ingram. He's expected to come back this Sunday night against the Patriots. So even though I don't like that backfield, I think he has value. You know, as he has the starting running back for a team. So I definitely like him at least better than both the Seahawks defense and Devonta Freeman right now. I mean, the other thing is, what's your record right now? If you're not going to use them and you're desperate to get into the playoffs right now, I mean, Freeman might have value, but he's out at least 3 weeks, right? It's not saying he's going to be out 3 weeks and he'll be back. He's out at least 3 weeks. So if you're, worried about the playoffs right now, I would maybe just try and focus on, winning, getting to the playoffs, and putting up the best. I don't know that I would completely feel comfortable starting him right away. Thunder, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. How you doing tonight? Irie, what's up? Glad you made it. How you doing tonight? Hope everyone is having a good Sunday night. Ty, I also have a Rob with a question on tag before Monday, whether or not I should risk. Yeah, I think Chark is a great start. Honestly, I would maybe even go Chark over Arab this week. Between Jerry Ruding and Curtis Samuel, which one is the best long term? That's hard to say. I probably lean Curtis a little bit because I like the Panthers offense a little bit more. So I would probably lean Curtis a little bit more here, Fabian. Thunder, yeah, nice to meet you too, man. Is this your first live streaming? No, this is actually I actually don't know. We've had a lot. We have a few people in here that's been to a few. I usually stream 3 to 4 times a week, and I think this is our 4th week. So we've had at least like 10 streams so far. So yeah, definitely feel free to check out the channel. We do uploads throughout the week for Waiver Wire, starts and sits. And like I said, 3 to 4 streams based on my schedule. But yeah, usually we actually have a pretty good crew. I'm actually surprised we have 12 right now going on. But yeah, usually this is my one sort of like special one that I do late at night, super late. I know most people can't attend it. Otherwise, yeah, usually we do it throughout the week. I think you drop Seahawks defense. Is there a reason you're keeping them right now? Because let's look here. Let's look at the Seahawks defense right now. So Seahawks defense, they're ranked 22nd, and they've scored negative twice. They've gotten 0. They average like 3 points a game. So unless you're a big Seahawks fan and you know something we don't, drop the Seahawks defense. You don't need them. Jacob says, should I trade Todd Gurley and Tyler Boyd for Miles Sanders? I do like Miles Sanders a little bit better than Todd Gurley, but Tyler Boyd has value. Jacob, what's the rest of your team looking? Well, I guess what's the rest of your wide receivers looking like? Because I guess that's the biggest thing here. Nick Moore says Seahawks DSD is a drop for sure. I agree. I don't see any value holding them. Opposing quarterbacks do really, really well against them. So they are, I don't think there's a point in really holding out to them, I guess is what I'll say. So Jacob has Adams, Metcalf, Corey, Davis, and Rieger, and you're giving. That's not actually bad, Here's the thing. I think Gurley is a little bit undervalued, right? I'm gonna pull up. Where did I just get this? If we look at Gurley has actually been okay, right? But I do think Miles Sanders is like maybe slightly better, and he should be coming back soon. Yeah, Gurley has been decent. He's been putting up like averaging. He's the 6th ranked running back right now. I guess. Is there a reason you don't like Gurley? Richard, what's up, my man? Good to see you tonight. Bobby, what should I do with Rojo on my other team? You could try and trade him, but I would just hold. There's no point in dropping him right now, and you can't really trade him because his value is really low. So I would hold if you can. How you doing tonight, Richard? Jacob says Seattle stinks against wide receivers. I agree. Yep. That's why I have a Corey Cup. Sorry, not Corey Cup. Cooper Cup and Jared Goff as my starts of the week at their respective positions. Ty says, need a QB to stream for next week at Allen Bye. Got Tua at the moment based on your advice in the past. Someone dropped Wenzel, pick up. And how much? Oh, is there any way you can pick up Wentz for free, Ty? Because Wentz actually has a good matchup this week against the Giants. So I wouldn't mind maybe playing him. Can I trust Jamal Williams to get over 10? I don't know if I can trust Jamal Williams because Aaron Rodgers is back. Or sorry, not Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Jones is back. So I don't know that I can confidently tell you that he's going to get over 10. In fact, I actually think I would go under. Gurley has a really tough schedule. He's got New Orleans Raiders, which I don't think is tough. New Orleans again. LA Chargers, Tampa Bay, Kansas City. I mean, I suppose so. I still think he's a good enough running back to get the volume and stuff, right? Miles Sanders, on the other hand, let's see, what's his latest status? So it looks like he is playing. So if you're not concerned about his injury, I guess go for it. I guess to me, if you're doing it purely based on schedule, that's completely fine, right? I just feel like you're not gaining like as much, as big of a jump by with giving away Tyler Boyd. I personally would probably keep Gurley and Tyler, but if you like Sanders a lot more, I say you can do it because you have the depth. You have the wide receiver depth that you don't necessarily need Tyler Boyd. Curtis Samuel or AB? I would go Curtis Samuel. He's proven, AB is not. So go with a guy, Irie, that's actually proven to be able to produce for you. That's the biggest thing. Let's see. I definitely prefer Sanders over Gurley. Okay, yeah, that's completely fine. Depending on if your league is 2 or 3, yep, that's for sure. Who should I pick up week 13 when Brady's on a bye week, or should I wait until week 13? I say you try and make a move now if you can, if you have the roster space. Go look at my waiver wire pickups from earlier this week and match it to your free agency list, Fabian, and see if there's any guys available. It really depends on who's available right now. Jacob says it's 2 with flex. So you would always be starting Adams and Metcalf, right? And I think I like Tyler Boyd a little bit more than Corey Davis or Rieger, but Corey Davis I think is going to be fine for the rest of the season. So I think you're fine if you do like Gurley a lot more. Seattle, Jacob says Seattle's giving up more fantasy points to wide receivers than the second most to yeah. Eagles or Buccaneers this weekend? I would go Eagles, Irie. Eagles are my start of the week at defense. Go check out the video. Ty says, I know at least 2 other guys that are QB streamers that would sack. Had to put up versus them, and they have. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I like Wentz too. Here's the thing: is like Tua should be fine, but we've only seen a sample size of 2 games with him, right? So, Wentz is at least like we've seen more games from him, and we know what to expect, and I think he's like a high end QB2. Low-end QB1. So, yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? I mean, between the two, I think Tua maybe has a slightly higher ceiling, but they're pretty equal in my mind. Tua's going to be able to give you the rushing opportunities, but Wentz might be playing from behind a lot and having to throw a lot, so I think they're both solid options. You could always just put in a low bid for him and see if you get him, right? Fabian says, do you think Judy will have a solid fantasy year this season? I think he's trending upwards. He's had a really slow start, and there's only 4 weeks left. So if we're just talking about the rest of the season, I think he definitely could. But there, it is a crowded backfield, and I guess I'm definitely liking him a little bit more, but not comfortable enough to say he's going to have a solid rest of the season. James Warren, I just woke up in the middle of the night. I saw we were streaming. Yeah, it's this Saturday night's late night streaming. How'd you wake up so late in the night, man? But yeah, glad you're here. Jacob says, yeah, Drury is finding volumes, but yeah, he's getting the targets up, right? And this trending upwards, but you know, a little bit too late for my taste. Which wide receivers pair will get more fantasy points? Lockett and DK, Woods, or Cup? That's a tough one. I lean a little bit. If we're talking literature just this week, I think they're pretty equal, but I lean a little bit Woods and Cup. But I mean, so Woods and Cup, you know, obviously they're facing each other, right? Well, the opposing teams. Woods and Cup, I think, are going to be involved a lot more, and they're going to be able to get a lot of opportunities. I could see the Rams using their running game a little bit more than the Seahawks. So if the Seahawks get down, it's going to be the Lockett and DK game, right? And the only thing is, you know, we have Jalen Ramsey covering, and he's going to be sort of moving around. So there's a little bit of factor to think into that. I think, you know, to be safe, my safe bet is Wilson Cup, but I think Lockett and DK could obviously blow up for a lot more points. Fabian says I'll stick with him. Yeah, I think it's fine if you want to stick with him. Burke, are you starting Mac this week? And is Burke in the chat? I haven't seen Burke yet. It's 2:49 where I live, man. East Coast. Fabian, are you in Europe? Which part of Europe? Or I'm assuming you're in Europe, right? Which part of Europe are you in? Nice, James. Okay, cool. Well, hey, enjoy your water and let us know how your team's looking for tomorrow if you have any questions. I'm a deep sleeper. I feel like if I get up, no matter what, I'm like right back into bed, you know? But as we get more questions through, and since we have a lot more people here, I'm just gonna go through a list of like people that have been involved with like injury or healthy starts that could be, you know, affecting your team if you haven't you know, paid attention to it. So 250 in Houston. Yep. About, yeah, you guys are central, right? Yeah, that makes sense. So let's look at this. We have David Montgomery, David Johnson. So feel free to raise your hands if you have any questions or hadn't heard any recent news. Joe Mixon, DJ Dallas, Kenny and Drake, Justin Jackson. People should pick up Kalen Ballage. Anyone here? Go take a look at your waiver. If you have a spot open, I think Ballage is a good pickup and a potential flex. Fabian says, how do you feel about Burrow this season? I think I have him as a sit this week, but otherwise, for the rest of the season, I think he's going to be a solid QB2. He's finding his rhythm with that offense, and he's moving forward. I would prefer to have someone else, probably, if I were just to have a like set and forget starter. I do think he's going to have a tough time this week against the Steelers, though. Jacob says that he's in North Dakota. Okay, that's awesome. That's cool. Would you rather drop an extra kicker or an extra defense? I read 100% extra kicker. Because defense you can at least swap, but like kickers are like very, unless you have a top one, they're very week to week, and we can't really, it's hard to predict. So 100% drop that extra kicker. Oh, Burke, what's up? You are here. Yeah, I guess Ari was talking to you, right? How's your night going, Burke? I have Ballage. DN says I have Ballage and Pope for the next week against the Jets. That's good. I think this week will be good. A good game to monitor their usage, but I'm leaning Ballage a little bit. How long should we wait on AB before we drop another couple? I say give him another week or two. I mean, last week was just bad for the entire Bucs offense, so don't write him off just yet. Ty says, do you believe in the RB handcuffing strategy usually, or prefer nabbing highest upside and risk it? Yeah, so I do believe in it, and I probably could handcuff a little bit more than I do, but I still prefer having upside, right? I think it's always good to have someone's backup, especially if they're injury prone. But to me, usually I don't go that way, and maybe that's a bad strategy, but usually I like to just what do you call it? I like to fill my bench up with deeper stashes and people who could potentially break out. So that's what I prefer. And yeah, because to me, like, yeah, I get it. I get the handcuff, and I 100% agree with it. I like to take more of a risk and not bet on injuries on my players and fill my bench up with other potentials. You're a Colts fan, right? You know, Michael, I didn't know Michael. I did. Jacob says, do people live in North Carolina? Hey, go back and look at my waiver wire pickup. I said I had Michael Pittman on my list of guys, and I talked about him and said that I think he's actually going to be my wide receiver 1. So, you gotta, go do your homework and, watch the video, because I do give some good information in there. I do feel like my waiver wire picks have been pretty on point. But yeah, we'll see. Pick up Dez Bryant or wait, will Dez play? I don't think he's playing Sunday night, right? Dez, I mean, didn't he? What's the latest news on him? Yeah, he's still in the practice squad, so Dez Bryant, you don't need to worry about him. Oof, Dan, happy man with the Colts win. You weren't kidding about Naheem, but yeah, right? Naheem Hines is a great stash. I'm glad I hope you stashed him, right? But yeah, he looks really good in that backfield just because he's so explosive as a receiving running back. So I was very happy that night. And also, Ty, I don't know if you were there for the Thursday night stream. Burke and maybe RE was there, but hey, we were so close. I said at 30 concurrent viewers, if that mark down here hit 30, we were gonna chug a beer, and we got close. So next week. Dez barely played last week, but I think from the last most recent news I just looked up, he's on the practice squad. I picked up Landry off the waiver. Oh wow, for my last waiver pickup of the season. That's a good pickup. Good for you, Burke. Jacob says don't pick up Fizz. Burke says Kirk, Higgins, or Landry at wide receiver 2. I like Kirk a little bit because Higgins and Landry have to deal with a really bad win tomorrow. Fabian says he has 0 on everything. Exactly. The end says handcuff 3 to cannibalize other teams. That's funny. Good to see. Good to see some love between Irie and Burke tonight. Jacob agrees with Kirk here. Great. Ty says, Burke, what's up? Good luck with the NFC matchup tomorrow. Yeah, we got some, for those of you that don't know, we've got some trash talking between some 49ers and Seahawks fans in here. And Nev Dog, what's up, my man? Do you think AB or Robert Anderson is better to flex? I go Robbie Anderson until we see a little bit more from AB. I think AB will be fine, but I think he is a risk to play. Robbie Anderson, we at least know what should get you like a good 7 to 9 points as a floor. AB, he got okay number of targets, but he's still sharing, and I would if I don't have to start him, I'd like to watch another game like where they're not getting blown out and Tom Brady's just throwing picks after picks. It'll be a tough game for sure. I'm doing good. Robbie Henderson, 100% good. Hey, I'm glad that I'm getting validated. You guys have spent the last few hours writing a paper. I come back to all these guys saying what's up. I love it, dude. Hey, what kind of paper are you writing, Burke? James Vernon says, how do you... Oh yeah, I think... Did we talk about this? That sounds familiar. How do you feel about taking Dre Rob and Fulgham for Henry? I think it's okay. If you have the... Yeah, Henry has a good playoff schedule. He has a tough rest of the regular season schedule, right? So if you have a good record and you can be okay with maybe like 10 to 12 points instead of like 18 plus, then I'd be okay with it. Especially if you have an okay wide receiver. Does it matter what kicker you have or start? Yes, it does, Fabian. You have to look at the matchups and, come by the channel, man. In my start and sits, I list 6 kickers to start and 6 kickers to sit. So a lot of it depends on the team they're on and it depends on their matchup. So while I did mention earlier that it's hard to predict, I try to do my analysis and give you at least a better idea of who you should start, so you're not just getting like 2 or 3 points. Ty says, oops, cat in the way. Couldn't join you guys if I gotta hold you guys to beer. Yeah, next stream, right? Hey, yeah, I guess so, right? 30 concurrent, we'll do beer. That'll be our big thing. Grizzly and Steelers, welcome, my man. Do you think Devontae Parker is going to do really good in fantasy like he did last year after Preston Williams? Not necessarily. It's a new offense, it's a new quarterback. We need to see a little bit more, right? How did you do last week? Because I'm let's see. Because he had really bad targets. Let's see. Last week he did a little bit better. You know, I think he could be trending upwards, right? But I would still like to see a few more games. I think the possibility is definitely there. Killer Crystal Street, thank you. Yeah, we were just messing around with the lights. I guess we're on the mode where it's blinking between the white and the color. Here, let's see. Let's there we go. I like that. Little purple blue mood tonight. Paper Bell, contemporary social, so fun stuff. Are you done with it at least? Nevdog, yeah, for sure. And hey, feel free to check out the channel if you like. I'm pretty sure you're new here, right? Oh my love, man. Ty says to Burke, all my love. Maybe you guys can blitz golf like how you blitz our team do. Will be a suck. Yep, at some point in the game. What's up, Noah? Ayuk, AB, T. Higgins, Claypool, Jefferson, Duke Johnson, DeAndre Swift. Pick 2 PPR. Out of those, I would probably go. Let's see. That's a lot to pick from. I would probably go either Duke Johnson, Jefferson, or Duke Johnson and Ayuk here. Ty says interesting strategy. Yeah, I asked you earlier because I'm debating whether I should hold Boston's now that said or try to fix it. Yeah, see, if it were like, I think Boston Scott is great to have, especially if you have Sanders. I don't remember if you do or not. But I do like again, I don't want to bet for injuries, right? Obviously, a lot of players are more injury prone and get injured every year. But if it were me, I would probably go for like a Balazs instead of Boston Scott. You know? But the other thing to think about, Ty, is are you going to use Balazs over the next, say, 2 weeks, right? Because Austin Eckler is supposed to come back week 12. So if you're not going to use Balazs at all, Balazs is going to be pretty useless once Austin Eckler comes back. So it may be better to hold on to Boston Scott. You know, it all depends on whether or not you use them, how long you have to consider how long these people are actually useful for, and whether or not we're going to use them. You know, so unless you're going to use Balazs in like the next 2 weeks, it's probably not worth holding on to him. Burke says if the defensive back coaching gets their heads out there, D-Loon's actually good. The line actually, the hammer Jonathan Allen, Goff is good. Yeah. And hey, Burke, I'm sorry, but I do have Goff and Kupp as my start of the weeks. Jacob says my opponent is starting Tyreek Hill and Demont, who are both not playing. I hope they keep their lineups. Yeah, we'll see. Tyler Boyd to start. I like him as a start, but hey, Fabian, they're gonna have a tough time potentially in that win tomorrow. Burke says wait is a weekly start. Yep, and I normally agree with that. Yep, I would just say it's the weather is definitely a concern, and they're playing the Steelers. What's your thought on what you guys thought on Rashard Higgins? I like him as a stash. Tomorrow might be a bad game to look at him again, but I think he's going to be one of the top 2 targets for Baker. This Fabian says this one guy in my league has 3 in his lineup that are by answer FGs. Yeah, so probably just forgot about his team, honestly, right? That's rough. The end is Hines. Yep, 100%. I'm not worried about the Packers. I don't think they have a good running. I know they don't have a good running defense. Rushing defense. And you saw what he just did to the Titans, right? So I do believe Hines is a good investment and a good stash. Because even if he isn't played as a major role, he's still gonna have like an okay floor. So I do like Hines. Ari says we already established the regulars in this chat room every week for sure. Noah, yeah, for sure. You're welcome. I hope that helps. If you have the stock, grab Hines. Burke says, oh, for sure. We were both wrong with Henry. Yeah, I know, right? I was close to the Henry bet. I was really close. I said he was going to go under 100, and he like barely went over 100. Good for him. I think because my prediction was that I think he was still going to be an okay start because of the volume that he was going to get, and he might get a touchdown. But yeah, I guess cheers to both losing, right, and being bad at fantasy football. I like Pittman over Hines and Colts. Burden's doo-doo. Yeah, it's tough. I think that tight end is unfortunately here's the thing. They still targeted him a lot, right? And they still actually ran with him a little bit, I thought. But there's multiple tight ends there, and I think as people are getting more healthy, Trey Burton might not be the primary target anymore, unfortunately. But it is what it is. I like Pittman over Hines, but I think it's two different positions. I think they're both going to be used a lot, and I'm glad that Pittman's finally starting to get used a little bit more. So yeah, nice cat, Jacob. Jacob says thank you. He's very needy for attention right now. Ty does have Sanders. I most likely wouldn't play Balash instead of Kamara Gibson, not to mention Higgins. I like to pick back Hibbs. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I mean, if that's the case, I would maybe just keep Boston Scott. Henry has struggled, and Henry has a pretty tough, I think, like next 2 or 3 regular season matches. His playoff schedule is really good, but does have 2 tough matches coming up. AJ Brown killed me this weekend. Does every QB do bad against Colts? Go get Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers probably start. We've been talking about the Colts D, right? And to me, I've been telling everybody, hey, like, don't overthink it. They're the best fantasy defense right now. Play them, right? And I said I think their only tough matchup for the rest of the season is going to be Green Bay. I think that's a really good offensive team going against a really tough defensive team. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. So I don't necessarily know that I would bench Rodgers, but he may not. I would definitely temper your expectations. It's just that, does the Packers have more offensive power, or do the Colts have more defensive power? Is T.Y. holding a pickup? I don't think so. I'm saying that as a Colts fan. I don't think he is. I'd probably prefer Pittman at this point. Henry looked fine to get the volume, but it's been disappointing recently. However, in the beginning the feel concerned for Brown and Burton, especially because I need maybe looking for certain. Yeah, for sure. Which Brown are you talking about there? But yeah, honestly, like Henry didn't look that bad. Like the Colts D line got to him. They got behind the O line and like stuff him up a bunch. Ty says, would you guys have rather Colts RBBC or Chargers? I would rather have Colts, because once Austin Eckler is back, it's not going to be running back by committee anymore. Insis just got them both. Nice. Brown dropped a surefire 70-yard touchdown. Oh, you're talking about AJ Brown, right? AJ Brown's gonna be fine for the rest of the season outside of the next Colts game, I think. But yeah, Brown did not look good that game. I was very surprised. I would not pick up T.Y. Hilton. Hey, again, thank you for the validation. I'm glad I'm not, saying things that are wrong. Burke says, I got Jordan Reed. If he can prove to be a replacement, I'll plug him in instead. But yeah, I 100% think so. We'll see how it goes this week. But yeah. He has Zhou TCs, so I have Judy. So I guess T.Y. has not been playing well. Him and Rivers have not been connecting well. Ty traded him for a few days ago and got his 20+ claim. The rest of my lineup is reliable, so I can afford a boom and bust. That's good. How many guys do you have in your original? I actually have a decent amount, I think. I keep a lot of my guys. I definitely pick up Reed. I think he's a more surefire tight end that will be targeted of our industry. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Reed, we don't know yet, right? He should be on paper, but last week he was not, and he did not get targeted that much. So this week he's good. He's worth a stash if you guys believe in him to see how he is this week, but I want him starting running, right? Is it good to pair a QB with a RB? I currently have Burgess and Lazard on waiver. Thinking about picking, you mean, so you're talking about QB with a wide receiver, right? I think it's fine. I don't think he's back this week. He might come back next week. That's as much as we know. He was supposed to come back last week. It got pushed back to this week, and I don't think he's coming back this week. But I don't think it's a bad idea at all, Burke says I only have Derrick Henry, J-Drop, Julio Jones. Okay. Remaining for my draft. Okay. I mean, that's a good core guys. I'm surprised you picked up J-Rob in your draft. I actually think I drafted him in my last. So let's see. For my draft, I have Rodgers, Jacobs, Adams, Rodrigo, obviously. Yeah, so I guess I have 4 and 1 that I made big trades on. The one like I didn't trade anything at all, I have Josh Allen, James Robinson, Rodrigo, obviously, Ravens D, Mixon, David Johnson, CeeDee Lamb, and Clyde. So I actually have 8 people in my one league from it. And then the last one, not surprising, Kyler, JT, James Robinson, Devontae, Keenan Allen, AJ Brown, Jefferson, and Chubb, so 8. So my two leagues I didn't trade, and I had 8 people left. Ty says Lazard definitely a more reliable wide receiver 2 than MVS. Oh, for sure. He's definitely worth a stash, so it'll be interesting to see how he's used, and he should be that guy, right? But again, it's fantasy, we never know. I think a lot of things that should be on paper doesn't actually happen. So what round do you draft tight ends? A little bit late, you know, unless you have a Kelsey or a Kittle, who usually goes like in rounds 3 to 5, I would say. You really just draft him like rounds like 8 and on. Does this J-Rob get taken in the 8th in my league? I stupidly picked up Marvin Jones over him. It's all right. I mean, I'm surprised he went 8th, honestly. That's pretty high for James Robinson. No, James Robinson was not supposed to be the guy to start, right? It was supposed to be, who was it? Jags, running back depth. It wasn't supposed to be James Robinson. It was supposed to be, it wasn't Divine or Zeke, but it was someone else. But there's another guy that was supposed to be the guy to go to, and I don't think it was James Robinson. So 8th is actually a little surprising. I started with Tyreek Cohen as my RB2, and now I have Chubb and Aaron Jones. Nice. Hey, that's a good replacement. Yep. Like Lazard, but Curtis 50 cents is better. Yeah. Yeah, he got hit by COVID for sure. How many TDs is Brady gonna throw on 30? Let's go with 3, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a beverage. Alrighty. Hospital might as well to me. Right. Oh yeah, Raquel Armstead, is how you starting it? Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, exactly. Chad, do I make pot stickers? 100% make pot stickers. What kind? Pork, chicken? J-Bo is so good, we forgot who was supposed to start over. Yeah, I know, right? J-Rob, what a pig up, right? Ty says always chicken and veggie. Yes, go do it, and you gotta report back and let us know how it is. Who's your guys' best sleeper chat room? What do you mean by my best sleeper chat room? Are you talking about the actual platform Sleeper? Because I don't actually play on Sleeper. That's actually something I've been always. I hope somebody draft on the Sleeper app this year, but from what I heard, I heard it's a great app. I don't have anything against it, but I hear that there can be issues if like sometimes there are issues with like potential player updates or like platform updates where it just kind of shuts down the entire client. Do you do Dynasty? I haven't done it yet. I'm curious to try it, but I have not done it yet. I think he meant asking the chat room. Oh, who's your? Oh, gotcha. Who are your best sleepers? Sleepers. So let me see. And Jacob, I'll get to your question in just a second. Let's look at this waiver wire. Let's see, waiver wire, okay. And welcome to the week 10 waiver. For sleepers, I like, let me see. Richie James could be a good sleeper. David Moore, I like a lot. He's actually been kind of okay. Jacob Hollister is a good sleeper at tight end. Miami defense, I think, kind of. Michael Pittman, even though he might not be a sleeper anymore. And Jake Ludden at QB. Cool, thank you. Yeah, thanks for clarifying that. Jacob says, what do you think about lineup? I have Herbert, Keenan. Okay, so good start there. Mike Evans, Kirk, Duke Johnson, Gio, Hooper, Curtis Samuel. So I like most of it. I actually think you need a little bit of work at running back because you don't, like, yeah, Duke Johnson's going to be the starting running back for the next few weeks, at least 3. Gio is probably, I mean, he's good for now, right? But I think you're gonna be in trouble if you make it to the playoffs if David Johnson and once David Johnson and Joe Mixon comes back. So I'm a little bit worried about your running backs. The says most of my roster. That's funny. Everyone's sleeping. Break says no sleepers. All sleeping. Jameson Crowder, yeah. When he plays, yeah. The puck stickers process. Let's do it. Yeah. Keep us updated. I'm very, very interested. Richie James could call, and not just because I'm a homer. He might have to be relied on. Yeah. So here's my question, Ty. I know you're. Oh, Jacob says you do have Joe Mixon. Okay, so you're probably okay, but still that second one, what happens with David Johnson who comes back? Because Duke Johnson's not startable once David Johnson comes back. So Ty, here's my question, right? Last week, I didn't watch a game. I know, unfortunately for you guys, it wasn't, it didn't go your way, and the Packers were up pretty hard early on, so Mullins had to throw a lot, right? So it sounds like he went towards Richie James a lot, and I don't know if it's because he plays like sort of short slants, short routes or whatever, but within a normal game when you guys aren't playing completely behind with your tight ends like alive with Ayuk back and maybe Debo coming back, does Richie James still actually have a role in that offense? Like what would his role be? Because he got double-digit targets. How do you feel about Damian Harris? I don't love him. Here's what I'll say about him, right? I've been talking about him for a few weeks. I'm just telling people don't pick him up. He's not good, and mainly because of the offense, right? I think so. From the last game I watched, he actually looks like a pretty good runner. He has a pretty good yards per carry, which is what you want to see in a running back, right? And he was getting the volume, or some volume. The issue with the Patriots, 2 issues that's going against them, is that they don't really run the ball well, and in the end zone where we want to get those touchdowns for Damian Harris, Cam's gonna run it in, right? They'll just run a heavy package like 3 or 4 times in a row at the 1 or 2 yard line just to get Cam in. That's stupid. Whatever. That's just their style, so fine. The other thing is Sonny Mitchell is coming back soon too, so that's gonna crowd the backfield a little bit, and Sonny might be the lead back. So while I think Damian Harris isn't necessarily a bad running back talent wise, I don't think he's in a good situation for him to be consistently productive, is what I'll say. Not many people in this chat. Yeah, it's late. I wasn't expecting even double digits right now, Jacob. So yeah, it's definitely late. So I'm happy with 11 that we have right now. Yeah, I mean, because it's past 1 o'clock Pacific time, So yeah, I would say usually for our normal streams we have somewhere between 15 to 20 people. So I don't think this is bad for a super late night stream. Keep up the good boys. Yeah, for sure. Late night streams are always internet chilling, for sure. Oh, Kevin, what's up? Welcome, man. You're on a 4-win streak. Which 2 to plug in? AB, McKissick, Claypool, Deontay, Marquise. So for this week, if you're talking about it, I like McKissick and maybe Claypool here. I'm not a huge fan of the Steelers Bengals sort of like weather situation tomorrow, but AB has some question marks. I think I like Claypool a little bit more for targets than Deontay Johnson. Marquise Brown, I'm just not a big fan of. Cordell Patterson, we don't know what's going to happen. I don't like the Bears defense, so I would probably slate Claypool McKissick. Jeffrey, what's up? Glad you're still up. I'm glad you're up as well. Welcome to the stream. Need some help. Gio Bernard, Darrell Henderson, or Mike Davis? Pick two. Ooh. I go Gio here and ooh. I kind of like Henderson a little bit more. We talked about Mike Davis a little bit earlier, and I think, you know, my feel is he's getting a little bit overhyped because CMC is out. But if we look at his last few games, he's been doing pretty like below average. So I kind of lean Gio and Henderson here. Irie says Claypool. Yep. Ty says I think over time he will take over the slot position. Okay, as our main slot guy, Trent Taylor will be a free agent. Okay, hasn't been healthy with time. Just also coming from beat writers. Gotcha. Okay. So you kind of have Ayuk and Deebo Samuel on the outside, or like doesn't Deebo play slot, or am I just thinking that because he's kind of small and fast? James says I have Sonny and IR might drop him. Yeah, I guess what's Sonny's deal? Is he but 10 hours ago it says he's not coming off of IR yet. Maybe they just like Damian Harris better, right? I'm not a huge fan of Sonny either, so like if you want to drop him, I'm not gonna tell you no. Davis and Bernard, Gio's an RB1 without Mixon, and Henderson is playing the Hawksy, which is good. Okay. I guess, you know, Burke, for being a Hawks fan, do you feel like Henderson's going to get the opportunity, though? Because, like, I figured, you know, how I see it is that the Rams should be able to pass a lot on them, which will give them some opportunities in the red zone. Ty says Deebo out this week, so James' value will be decent now. I believe the 49ers odds of players are sympathetic to consider testing. Oh, that's actually not that's a pretty good thought there, Ty. So, yeah, Richie James might be a good sleeper to look at. I really like the targets. Burke says, Kevin, you can drop Patterson. I'd start McKissick. Yep. Jeffrey, thanks, Burke and Daniel. Of course, of course. Reader Dolly, 49ers versus season. Oh, Deebo can. Oh yeah, that's true. They do like to use him in the you know, jet sweep, right? Reader Dolly, I would say read on paper. This week will probably tell us a lot more. Ty says read. Yep. So I agree with that. He should, as long as he stays healthy. I think he should be okay. Yeah, thank you, Ty, for that input. That's great. Burke says, I think against the Hawks, RBs only get goal line opportunities. Yeah, but I'm not sure who the goal line will be. Rams, Akers has a good week with Henderson, and Henderson's quite. Yeah, let's see what Henderson's status is. Darrell Henderson. He was limited 2 days ago. Oh no, I think he's good to go. CBS Sport yesterday said he's clear for Sunday. He doesn't have an injury designation anymore, so it looks like he's good to go. McVay says he lives Akers and will play him more, but yeah, he is a liar. I think Darrell Henderson's the back to him there, but yeah, I mean, Mike Davis isn't a bad play, is what I'll say. Jacob says I could also trade Gurley and Foles and Corey Davis for Gaskin and Tannenhill instead of Gurley, Boyd. Ooh, I don't know if I like that much. I don't think Gaskins is going to be that much better for you than Gurley, and he's out for at least 2 weeks now. I don't know if I like that. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, is Foles your starting quarterback, or like who's your starting quarterback, Jacob? Another like QB Robbie to look for his PR. Yeah, I agree. You know, that's someone who's been on my radar. I've talked about him a lot. P. Ryan on the Jets is what I'm assuming you're saying. I really thought his usage was going to go up a little bit higher than Frank Gore, but it really hasn't, which is tough, right? So, yeah. Do you have any backup? Yeah. So let me get back to your question in a second. So, Foles is your starter. Yeah, you need someone else. Do you have anyone on your free agent list that you can pick up? Because I would not be rolling out with Foles. All right, so Ty, do you have any backup running backs that you think are worth a pickup? I know Pollard is. I always talked about, yeah. So let's see. On my backup list, I like. So Nyheim Hines, obviously, right? I like Wayne Gallman. He's probably taken now. I talk about Tony Pollard. I like Gus Edwards a little bit. Zach Moss, he shouldn't be available, but he's almost a starter now if you want to go for it. Otherwise, if we're talking about deep stashes, Devontae Booker on the Raiders, Ryan Nall on the Bears, and Alfred Morris on the Giants. Alfred Morris is someone we haven't heard in years, right? He could be fantasy relevant if Wayne Gallman is injured at all. You didn't answer the question. What are the chances MM plays in your opinion? Yeah. Ty says P. Ryan would have been a nice pickup if you only said, yeah. Yeah, exactly, right? Iris says, if you're 50-50 in your league, there's more important players than waiting for Gaskin to... I agree. Now it's like Alex Smith, Rivers, and Mullins. I can get Minshew when he returns. Jacob, is Tua available, or is Jacob London available, or Mullins? I don't mind, honestly. Tannehill has some really bad matchups. I think Tannehill is obviously your best quarterback out of all of those, but he's got some really bad matchups, and I don't know that he's gonna break top 10, top 15 over the next 2-3 weeks. Ty says my concern right now is President Lamar Miller beats Riders talking about Miller potential. Oh, for sure, right? And I agree with that. I think that's why he's a steep stash for me. The Bears backfield we don't know about right now, right? But the only upside going for it is if you pick up Ryan Nall tonight, he might be the leading back tomorrow, and you have a leading back. What if David Montgomery's out, right? That's the biggest risk, right? Because Ryan, if Ryan now actually gets 20 carries this week, he's gonna be the number one waiver pick this, on Tuesday, and it's gonna be hard to get him. So that's a big thing. Burke says, I got the cool people from the league to join me, and we decided to make our own Chill Dynasty League. Nice. Oh, for sure, yeah. You should definitely post that. I'm sure a lot of people will be interested. Jacob, I don't have to, yeah, so you'd be training for Tannehill, right? And that's what I'm saying, is that I feel like Tannehill does not have a good matchup over the next few weeks. Yeah, I mean, Foles is gonna get you the garbage points. That's where he's good at, right? But I kind of consider him like a QB, low-end QB2, QB3. If A-Rob is out, I'm a little bit worried. There's always a slight chance that he might not end the season as a starting quarterback. I think there's a small chance that they plug Mitch back in. But there's always that chance that Foles get benched, So I guess what I'm saying is I don't necessarily I think Tannehill will be good for you in the playoffs if you can get in. I just don't like his matchup over the next few weeks. He's got Chicago. I'm pretty sure. No, does he have? No. Let's see. What are the Titans' schedule? I just remember not. I don't think it's great. They have the Ravens. They have the Colts again. Their next two games are gonna be tough. Are you saying to pick up? No, not necessarily. I think Monty's injury could just be 1 week. We're just talking about sort of deep sleepers who could potentially be good. And a lot of things have to go right for Nall to be relevant. He has to be that number one guy. Monty has to be out for more than a week. That's why it's a deep sleeper. Do you think Matt Nagy will end up giving up Clay Cox to his OC to improve any of the Bears? That's hard to say. I don't know much. Honestly, I just don't know much about the OC and what kind of play style he has, I guess. So I'm not sure there. There's always a chance. It could get better. It could get worse. I don't see Matt Nagy as like a offensive guru, I guess. So theoretically, it should get up, but I guess I don't really imagine it changing that much, right? Because you can't really change an offensive scheme in the middle of the year. You can't change what Foles is good at, what Allen Robinson's good at, what David Montgomery is good at, or whatever we're not good at. So that's a really tough one, and I think that's a little bit, you know, out of my knowledge realm with not knowing exactly too much about this OC and how he likes to pursue things to know how it would come up, or like if it will change. Ari says, as a Monty owner, I'm concerned with the Bears. Oh, for sure. I mean, and that's the thing. That's why I've been saying for a long time I don't love David Montgomery, is because sure, like his volume has been going up, and that's what everyone says when I say I don't like it. But like the production just isn't there, and he doesn't get a lot of scores, and that's a little concerning for me. I don't know how good his yards per carry is, but I'm assuming it's not great. Ty says, at Irie, also should be concerned with Monty's average talent level. Yeah, dude just looks so meh fantasy. Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. Thoughts on Baker next. So I actually do I believe in Baker, but do I believe him enough to like confidently start him? I don't think so. Mainly because his lows are pretty low. You know, there's some average quarterbacks who, you know, if they're having a bad game, they're scoring like 10 to 13 points. But with Baker, I mean, let's look at it. Baker has had some like single-digit games, which that's a little tough for me, right? So let's look at this list. So Baker Mayfield. So if we look, and here let's do some visual aid. Let's get this on the screen. Give me 1 second. Okay. Let's show monitor. Okay, here we go. So if you guys look at this here, move this over here. Make this a little bigger so you guys can see. So look at the spread, right? His one good game came against Cincinnati after OBJ went out. Otherwise, he hasn't broken 16 all season. And this was a bad weather game, right? So this wasn't good. He gets that weather, sure. Scored 5 against Pitt, which I know Pitt has a good defense, but like 5 is pretty inexcusable. 10 against Baltimore, which is whatever, but like, you know, he's still gonna play Baltimore again. Pitt, we don't have to worry about down here. It's tough. Like, these defenses are not good. So theoretically, he should be able to bounce back, but I can't confidently start him right now. Yeah, he's overhyped. I watched too many videos of people blowing him up. Yeah, on paper he should be good, but like this is so inconsistent for me. Monty's very good at bad at football. That's the longest right there. You go. Way to you know, be blunt about it. For real, I feel bad for CH2. D is the most talented, but overly hyped leading up to, yeah. I mean, I think he's okay. CH is like at least okay, and he's like gonna get the production, right? I think honestly the last 2 bad games was more game script. I still think, you know, I mean, I don't know if he's worth like a 5th pick, but he's definitely, you know, a top 10 running back in my opinion. Damn, Burke with the stats. Stat alert, no career 20+ yard TDs in NFL or college. Yeah, that's rough. For playoff strategy, would it make sense to hold 2 QBs or 2 defenses? If you have a QB that you feel comfortable with and they have a good schedule, stream 2 defenses. And actually, I'm going to try and put out a video this week because it's already late, or hopefully, sorry, not this week, like this coming up week or at the latest next week, talking a little bit about what we want to be looking at for playoff defenses. So keep an eye out for that. I prefer probably 2 defenses if possible, especially if you have someone like Wentz who has a good schedule. Baker has a nice 3 games. Yeah, he does, right? So hopefully he bounces back. But against Baltimore again, that's first round of playoffs. I don't know if I would start Baker there. That's too risky for me, unless he's just super on fire, scoring 30 plus over the next few games. Let's look at Josh Allen and Wentz, right? So if we're looking at Josh Allen, let's look at his games. Chargers, San Francisco, Pitt, Denver, New England. So he's got a tough. Yeah, that's the problem here, right? Josh Allen's a tough round 1 playoffs. So maybe you have a bye. If you have a bye, great. If we look at Carson Wentz here. We look at Wentz's schedule. Yeah, it's pretty much of a cake of a schedule. Giants, Cleveland, Seahawks, Green Bay. New Orleans might be a little tough, but like not as bad as Pitt. You got Arizona, Dallas, yeah. Steven Revise, welcome. Who would you start, Balaj? Would you start Balaj and Drake? Are you? Yeah, Balaj, I'm a little bit. I don't love both, right? I think Balaj is, if he's still the starting running back like he should be a good start. Drake should be good too. I don't like any of the Arizona backfield. We've been talking about this a little bit. The Arizona running backs are just like not that great. Sorry, the Arizona backs are fine. The opportunities that they are in with Kyler and the offense is not great, is what I'll say. Revise, who would you rather start tomorrow as a fill-in for Monty, Homer or Balaj? Balaj 100%. I don't think Homer's gonna have any value. I think that's DJ Dallas's backfield. Did Homer do anything last week? I guess I didn't check, but let's see. Did Homer do anything last week? Oops. 8 points. Yeah, that's all right. We have a Seahawks fan in here, so they can probably get you a little bit, but I would probably say Balaj. Cleveland Browns defense to own, and Eagles. Yep, Eagles has some okay stuff. Yep, they call me break the fantasy stat man. How do you say that? Uzun Calva. I'm butchering it. I'm so sorry. Update pot stickers are almost ready. Looking crispy. Yo, that's what we like. We like that crispiness on the bottom. You think Cleveland is really worth stashing though? They haven't really produced eye-popping number fantasy wise. Let's look at Cleveland's. Let's look at the Browns defense. So yeah, we have. So we're looking here pretty much, right? I think this is a good start for them because they're going to be known for the sacks, right? They're not going to be known for the picks. They're going to be known for the sacks. So I think we talked about this. I would maybe wait a little bit to stash them. Maybe wait till like week 12 or 13 to stash them. I don't think you need to stash them right away right now. Berg says Homer isn't playable for fantasy. Yep. Ty says I'll take one. Send via Amazon Prime. You guys got to get on the Amazon Fresh. That's like that 2-hour delivery. Uzun Jehovah. Is that right? Uzun Jehovah. Hopefully that's close enough. Same day shipping. Yeah, do you guys, I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but Amazon, I'm pretty sure there's like Amazon Fresh now, so. I don't think I've ever done it. I'm pretty sure you have to pay like a lot for like delivery and service fees or whatever, but yeah. Some good games, I feel relieved. I'm still gonna watch some football tomorrow. but I am relieved that the Colts game is done. And you know, we got that big W. We're first in that division right now, so it's all great. And I, you know, can sort of go do stuff tomorrow. There's actually look outside. There's Burke, just Burke outside your window with some pot stickers. Tam these days, things have changed. Nice. They also come and break the pot sticker delivery man. Your advice says, I got screwed with injuries. I had CMC and Monty, and both are out this week, and I have to start D. Harrison. Gosh, man. Hey, Revise, if you're interested, go check out the start sit video and the waiver wire video that I posted this week. See if there's any guys on there that you have available on your free agency list. If you don't have to watch through the entire video, but I do actually have a list in the description, and timestamp. So go check it out. There's some good options that I think could potentially fill your bye week or fill your injury filled week this week if you don't like staying with any of them. Your coach still got a rough next to. Hey, I'm not concerned about the Titans. I mean, we kind of wrecked the Titans, right? So I'm not really concerned about them. But yeah, Green Bay will be tough. Green Bay will definitely be tough. Taking the lead, and so it's clutch. Hoping y'all, we are ready. Raul, what's up, man? Welcome to late night stream. Yeah, Colts. So here's how I see it, right? I think the Colts, honestly, we've got some big division games coming up, right? This is gonna be our biggest test against Green Bay. Honestly, I don't like. I shouldn't worry about Tennessee, but like, I feel very good that we beat them in Tennessee, 34-17, right? Houston. We need to take both of those games, and I think if we take those, we win, pretty much. As a very biased fan, I see us maybe dropping 2 more games this season, but we also did lose to Jacksonville, so who knows, right? Checking in from London. Wait, Raul, why are you at the London airport? Also, I've been there before. I'm pretty sure it's pretty sick, but yeah, Raul, what's you gotta give us an update. What's going on in the London airport? What do you do? Where are you traveling to? Braces, unfortunately, my sister has emerged from her room to take a share. Oh, Revise, yeah, thanks for the sub, man. Yeah, hope to see you in a future stream too. Layover to India, nice, okay. That's gotta be a long flight. Where are you flying from? Couldn't believe they upset the Titans and had well, I mean, was it an upset? What were the odds? I mean, let's see. Vegas odds, Colts, Titans, right? I'm assuming. Let's see. Yeah, I guess. Okay, yeah, I guess Tennessee was the favorites, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, Tennessee had a slight favor. Yes, I guess it was. Can't believe you guys, true, you guys dominated, ride the defense, and hope they continue covering. Yeah, I know, right? It's Rivers. Rivers actually looked pretty good. He actually looked pretty decent, but the Titans also was like, they don't have a good secondary, so they made Rivers look good. All right, Kitty, chill out. North Carolina to Chicago to London. Oh man, what's COVID? Also, you guys see my NC boys? Yo, yeah, Brissett, Rivers. Yo, when they brought Brissett in, that was sick. I'm so happy that he scored that. They're all good. Yeah, I remember that. You're from the NC State. Are you just going to India to like hang out or what? But yeah, NC State came up big. That was so like funny. When he came in, I was so confused. I was honestly waiting for JT to get. I was waiting for JT to get that TD. But when that was weird. I don't know why they did it, but I'm kind of glad they did it. So I'll take it. Oh man, I've always wanted to go to a Indian wedding. I heard it's super fun. It's like super fancy, huge like multi-day celebration, like a lot of fun stuff to do, a lot of really good food. I'm assuming that, like, are those the stuff you're, is that like kind of the wedding you're going to? Reset has joined the burnout. My players scored already. Yeah, I know, right? JT owners just like, JT owners are not happy. That's rough though. I feel a little bit bad. Yeah. JT owners are not having a good time this season. I don't know. That's completely true. He had some really good games before their bye. I think he did okay. I mean, I guess it's not like high scoring, but I think he scored like 16 this time, right? Wasn't bad, but he had 2 really good games. Cincinnati, I can actually see him being okay from like weeks 12 to 15 as a flyer. So what is it? Multi-base celebrate. Yeah, that's awesome. Yo, have fun, dude, and stay safe. But that's really fun, and I'm glad. I'm honestly like honored that you're jumping in while you're in the London airport. But yeah, hopefully the travelers are going safe. Stay healthy and whatever, and hope that you can enjoy the celebration. Raul, you calling Scary? Yeah, hey, good stuff. How are we looking with Scary Terry? Oops, I'm literally typing Scary Terry in there. Isaac, remind me, who are you trying to decide between I remember we talked about him, right? Who was the other guy that we were trying to choose between again? Revise, do you like Perriman from now on as a stash filler? I think he's okay. I think he's a stash, yeah, but there's a lot of other guys on there that I don't know if I would trust him every single week. So I would say he could be a good stash, right? I think the Jets are going to throw a lot, and I think he's going to get a lot of opportunities. But you also have Jamison Crowder and Denzel Mims there, so I would say so, yeah. Do you think JT's fantasy draft hype was... Oh, no. I think a lot of people had him in the 3rd round. I was seeing him go in the 3rd round. Everyone forgot about Marlon Mack. If Marlon Mack didn't get injured, I guarantee you guys, he's the #1 running back. Like, people underestimate Marlon Mack. His ADP was like round 9 or something. I drafted Marlon Mack in every single one of my leagues. I'm just like, guys, like, I don't know what I'm missing, but like Marlon Mack as a starter, and he shouldn't be, JT's not going to take over. He might take over later on in the season, but like JT's not going to take over. And like with how JT's been playing, if Marlon Mack was so healthy right now, he'd 100% be like an RB1. Isaac says Adam Thielen. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, good call. I'm glad we caught it right, and I love it that if I do give you guys good advice and you guys come back and say I was right, it makes me feel validated. So I appreciate that. Pot stickers were delicious. Yo, we call fantasy and we call pot stickers in this chat. So everyone like, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, okay. So Thielen, I'm debating on trading him for low end RB1, RB2. Not the value I want for drafting him high, but he's gonna ride my... Yeah, Isaac, and the thing is, I absolutely would. I say, someone else asked about Thielen, right? And the problem is you can't sell him right now. His value is too low unless someone just like loves him. Most people who know fantasy football are gonna be buying him low. So if you really don't like him, which I don't blame you. What I would try is after his next big game, just sell him. He has a tough game against Chicago this week, right? But let's look here. Let's look at him. The Thielen is the targets have really gone down, which is a little bit concerning. He has a matchup in Chicago this week. That's probably going to be a little tough. Then he has the 3 stretch. He should be able to blow up this week or next week. So if you don't like him, I would try and sell him high then, for sure. Revise says, I traded for Chubb, so I'll be writing CMC and Chubb. Oh, nice. That's really good. That's a solid duo. 1-2 punch, Revise. Good job. Oh, that's actually true. Yeah, I forgot about that. CMC might be done. Yeah, we talked about this. I think we all agreed that CMC might be shut down for the season, but we'll see. Right now, it's only 1 week, so let's take it 1 week at a time. But Hopefully he comes back. Ty says, yeah, I was surprised by the hype on JT. I think people were concerned about Mac's injury history, but still don't understand why Mac's fell. Yeah, that was stupid. That was really stupid. I don't even think it was injury history. I think a lot of it was just that people like the shiny new toy, so they're like, let's go JT and like go with it. So I thought that was very, very ridiculous, and obviously I can't really defend myself because Mac got injured literally the first game, which, you know, really, really sad. But Mac is a solid running back, and I think we're like, you know, if people don't see it, like I see it as a Colts fan, our running back or running game is really lacking because of him. He was a very, very well-rounded, like he wasn't like a flashy running back, right? But he was a very well-rounded running back that, you know, had really good vision, was a really good runner, good pass catcher too, and good blocker. So we really miss his presence a lot. Ari says never tried it. Oh yeah, you gotta try it. You gotta try it. People said the same thing about Eckler, and look, yep, exactly. Eckler's a great player. Isn't it? I think it's a little bit different than Gyoza. A lot of it has to do with like the type of like wrapping paper you use and like what goes in it, I'm pretty sure, and also the cooking method. It's basically the same, yeah. Mainland term. Yeah, we talked a little bit. It sounds like Eckler might be coming back week 12, Burke, so I guess things are looking good. Let's wait and see. You know, I think there's always a lot of rumors, but I mean, it sounds like there's at least been more promising rumors that he might come back week 12. I remember when the Frank Gore played for the Colts, severely limited. Oh, for sure. Yeah, exactly. Yep. That's the thing. People always like the new young guy, right? The new shiny toy. That's how it is, but you know, it's all right. And I guess quick history lesson. I'm pretty sure this is right, so feel free to fact check me. But pot stickers are they are created because pot stickers are dumplings, right? Pot stickers are dumplings, and dumplings are boiled. And I'm pretty sure, like during one of the whatever dynasties, what happened was someone was making dumplings for the king, and they left it on the fire for too long where all the water evaporated, which then, you know, the bottom of the dumpling started sticking to the pot and got all crispy. So that's why it's called a pot sticker. And the cooks were like kind of freaking out. They're like, oh, holy cow, you know, I burned this, but they had to serve it. So they came up with a new name for it and said, hey, this is called a pot sticker. Well, you know, said it in Chinese, and that's what it is. But yeah, that's sort of how you make pot stickers out too, right? You know, if it's like completely from scratch, after you wrap up the dumpling, you cook it in water. The water boils and cooks the wrapping paper and the meat, and then once the water evaporates, you know, it starts getting crispy on the bottom, and that's a pot sticker. Brick says he's tweeted to all my fantasy owners that haven't dropped it. Yeah, exactly. So I think players always like to be a little bit more optimistic about themselves. Obviously, you know, he has to get team's approval, doctor's approval, and like the team has to decide whether or not it's worth to play him. But it's definitely looking a lot better than what we were talking about a few streams ago. Curtis, he's gonna blow up tomorrow. Hey, I hope so. I really do hope so. He's been doing well. Gotta love when the NFL players are self-aware and do the fantasy wins, right? That's hell of a lesson. Yeah, great. That's good. I'm glad I can help, and I hope I'm not giving you guys random stuff, but that's at least my knowledge of what a pot sticker is. Rick says, I had an epiphany that they're called that because they stick to the pot, and I felt like, yeah, there you go. Hey, there you go. Listen, if you were a chef during the dynasty, you would have been able to come up, you know, spin it the same creative way that he did, and you would have been able to, you know, be the inventor of pot stickers. You guys think CMC or Michael Thomas would be bigger as a bigger figure? I'm gonna, if Michael Thomas can stay healthy, I don't know. That's tough. Can I go with both? Mike Evans or Brandon Cooks? I would go, oh, what's up, Derpian? Welcome to the stream. I would go Brandon Cooks. Him and Will Fuller are two of the main guys who gets a lot of targets on that team, and they've been consistent. Mike Evans is going to be splitting it with a few other guys and may not have all the opportunities, so I like Brandon Cooks to be a little bit safer. There you go. Burke, the Dynasty era chef. There you go. Burke also says, I'd play Cooks. He's looked great, and Mike Evans. Exactly. Hamler and Amendola, man. That's a tough one. Do you have anyone else available on your list? Again, go look at the description in the waiver wire pickup if you want to watch the entire thing. But is there anyone else that you can pick up? That's a really hard one. And I understand where you're coming from, right? They both got a lot of targets last week. But, yeah, is there anyone else you can pick up instead? Irie says, at first I thought you guys were talking about Polly. That's funny. Derbian says, also on my team I have Metcalf and Tyreek. Oh, jeez. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. Technical issues. Cat just kicked the shit out of my monitor. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Anyways, we're back. Derbian says, I also have Metcalf and Tyreek. Yes, yeah, I get it. I would go Brandon Cooks. Here, let's revise. Let's look here. Let's look at, if we're looking at wide receivers here, right? Let's look at everyone that's like under like 50, 45% owned, okay? And see if we can pick up someone for you. So let's go to roster. Portable local history, can't even control his cat, 110, but still like, hey, there you go. Cat or dog versus, ooh, that's tough. Both, flex one. Start one, flex one. I don't really love Gesicki, honestly. I'm not a huge Gesicki fan. Okay, let's look. So, so all these guys are under 50%, right? So, okay, a dog person in my out, yeah. So, revise. Let's look at these guys and see. Marlon Mack, yeah. It's not a stream unless we talk about Marlon Mack, right? So here are the guys. Like, do you have a Jalen Reagor? Do you have a Jacoby Myers? These guys I like. Darnell Mooney could be good. Tim Patrick, I think I like a little bit more than Hamler. Richie James we talked about as a sleeper. Marquez could be good for you this week, especially if Lazard doesn't get back. How's Mims been doing? Did he do okay last week? Mims is going to be getting a lot more targets, so Mims could be potentially good. David Moore I actually like a lot. You know, he's been getting some touches. So David Moore could be good because he gets a lot of touch. Like he's, 8 games so far, he's scored in half of those. So 50% chance, if that's how math works. KJ Hamler, I don't like his targets went up, but like it was just that week and I don't love it. So I would not start KJ Hamler. As with Amendola, yeah. Brick says, Brick says he looked good too, but I know the reason why you bring up Amendola is because he had a lot of looks last week too. 10 targets is great, so I guess both of those I'm a little bit worried about because both of those are kind of like spikes. There's spikes in their targets from their average, and I don't know if that's an outlier. So I don't know if I would. If you had to choose one, I would maybe go Amendola, but I don't love it. I don't love it. But Aguilar is good too. Wasn't scared to throw the ball. Mims is good. Exactly. And it's good to see that Mims has been getting a lot more. So if we look here too, if we look at the target list, I'm pretty sure his target has been going up a lot, which is good. Brick says Amendola was solid early with season without getting G. Yeah, so Amendola is definitely, I think he's a solid. He's solid. So if we go to the Jets breakdown from last week. Also, that was a wild game that they almost won, so kudos to them. But if we look at the stats here, let's look at the volume breakdown, right? So Jacoby Myers I like because he got 14 targets. I really like that. 12 receptions, 169. For targets, Denzel Mims get the most targets. Wow. Anyone know why Crowder only got 2? The Denzel Mims could be good. Yeah. Stream lagging as in like, is it stuttering as we're talking? Oh. No, I think I got a notification. I got skipped frames detected 35% over the last 2 minutes a minute ago. So it could be me. Yeah, it says stream is experiencing issues, so it could be me right now. Yeah. Okay, it's getting better. Okay, it went from minor quality and now it's stream good. Quality is good, so hopefully that's good. But yeah, revise, like, check those guys out and see if any of those guys are available. Otherwise, I would probably go Amendola over Hamler, because Amendola seems like he's going to be one of Stafford's primary targets. While, you know, if we look at the Denver, it's pretty split. You know, Drew Lock threw a lot last week, but between KJ Hamler, Tim Patrick, and Jerry Jeudy, I'm pretty sure it's like very split. So even though they all got a lot of targets, I'm a little bit worried about that, I guess. So look at this. I think they all like averaging around like 9 to 10 targets. Cool. All right, good to hear, Burke. Yeah, if we look here, oh, actually no, Jeudy got 14, Hamler got 10, and then Tim Patrick got 9. Okay, I would probably go. I mean, Amendola is probably an okay go for you then, I would say. I mean, I guess Hamler isn't bad either. I don't know enough about him to like say for sure. I just don't love the jump in targets all of a sudden. You know how I see it is that on the Broncos offense, you got 3 wide receivers who's going to be getting a lot of targets, right? But on let's go to Detroit really quickly. I'm pretty sure like Detroit has like Amendola is probably one of their top options, right? So if we go to the Detroit game last week and we look at this, because I'm pretty sure Kenny G is still out, if I'm right. He definitely got the most targets. So KJ Hamler, is he a rookie actually? I think he is. Rookie or either rookie or second year, I think, right? Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, he's a rookie this year. Second round. So yeah, you're right. If you need big plays, I play Hamler, but Amendola is safer. Yeah, Marvin Jones, T.J. Hockenson are. Yeah, but if we look at the targets from last week, Amendola got the most targets. He got more targets than Hockenson and Marvin Jones. I mean, Marvin Jones only got 4 targets. I don't know if. I know he's a primary weapon. I don't know that I would call him a primary target, because that's kind of the stat I would expect. You know, I would probably expect a few more yards, but I would expect like 3 to 4 receptions, maybe like 70 to 90 yards and a touchdown. What else? Yep, exactly. So I think Amendola might be an okay play for you, honestly. So yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I would probably, if I had to choose between Hamler and Amendola, I'd probably go Amendola, because honestly, mainly just because he seems like he's not competing for like the top priority of targets as much, and with all of those targets last week from Drew Lock, great that they got all the targets, but that just means Drew Lock had to throw a lot more, and they didn't run as much probably, right? So if we go back to the Denver, game, I'm assuming he threw 40 plus times, which he's not going to do every week. He threw almost 50 times, right? And they like barely rushed it. 15 to so it was a very pass heavy game due to the game script most likely. So yeah. Are you guys playing for fun? Very said I don't have fun. It's a mix for me. It's a mix between fun and money. Fantasy football, hey, if it can keep you off the streets, all the better for you, right? Money, nice. Who was it in our chat that said that they were in 18 leagues and like 16 of them were like big money leagues ranging from like $200 to $500. Someone said that. I don't remember who it was. And it was one of our regulars, but it was like a week ago maybe, so I don't remember. But someone is apparently in 16 friggin' money leagues, which is pretty crazy. Ty, is Mostert worth trading for? I consider trading Gilbert. That's what it was, yeah. Yep. So okay, Ty wants to, is Mostert worth trading for? I'd consider trading Gibson plus Wentz for him and Latavius. Since the other guy barely needs Wentz, another starting rookie and wants Wentz. I want Latavius because of handcuff. I think he is, but I guess you also have Ty. Weren't you saying you have Tua, right? So you'd have Tua as a backup. So if like once it's your third quarterback, I would like it, but I don't like it as much on paper because you're trading two starters for a starter and like sort of a handcuff backup, right? Ty says also playing for money, 50 buying for us. Nice, that's not bad. I do like AB revised, but I unless I have to start him, I'm not starting him this week. I'm giving him another week to see how things go. He split targets and they all, I mean, last week, I just, whatever stats we look at, we kind of just have to throw out the window because I don't think anyone expects him to get blown out like that again. I think him, Evans, and got each got like 5 or 6 targets each. Let's see. Yeah, he got 5. Godwin got 6. Mike Evans got 6. So I think he's gonna be a good start. I just don't. I think there's a risk to it. So if I don't have to start him, I'm not starting him. And in all my leagues where I have him, I'm not starting him this week. I bet Gilbert will show up at the stream. Yikes. All right. Probably just like wake up in the middle of the night. But all right, guys. So we're nearing. Also, I don't know if everyone just dropped, but I feel like this YouTube counter is a little wacky. It says we have 2 or 1 people. Maybe everyone dropped, but maybe it's doing some weird thing. Whatever, doesn't matter. But yeah, we're nearing 2 hours, so yeah, we'll keep things open for like another 5 minutes, and otherwise, if there are no more questions, we'll call it off soon, since I'm sure everyone's looking forward to get some sleep. But yeah, get all your questions in now. I lost by 3 last week because Brady got me 5 points. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. That's, I mean, no one really expected that, right? I honestly don't know what happened. Maybe they're kryptonite, but I'm very surprised that the Bucks just, that was tough. Still here, but yeah, it's about time for me to hit the sack soon for sure. Yeah, good luck, Ty. Thanks for coming through, and we'll probably talk again on Monday or Tuesday if you join into the streams, but it fluctuates, yo. Hopefully one day, hopefully on the stream, maybe next week, it'll fluctuate to 30 for you guys, but we'll see, right? But hey, we're getting more subscribers. We just broke 160 tonight because I think we got 2 or 3 more subs tonight. So hey, we're slowly working it up there, and ideally, because I think our count has been steadily going up and heading like up the high teens, like low 20s. Hopefully with the more subscribers we get over the next week or 2, we'll get more people in stream. So yeah, we'll see. All right, good night, Irie. Good night, Ty. Yeah, thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming. But yeah, we'll end the stream soon if there are no more questions. But hey, all really, really good questions tonight. This is great, and hopefully people can, yeah. Someone dropped Tannehill. He's worth a pickup. He has a tough next 2 games, but I think he should be okay after the next 2 weeks. I like Tannehill a little bit more, but Brady has been pretty solid. I think I like, if we're talking about like playoffs, I need to look at the schedule, but I like Tannehill a little bit more. All right, peace, Ari, peace, Ty. Because let's look, Tannehill. Let's see. Tannehill. Also, do you guys say Tannehill or do you guys say Tannenhill? Because I always say Tannenhill, but I realize there's not an N there. And I wonder if it's just like the language or whatever. But after Baltimore, Indy, he has Cleveland, Jacks, Detroit, Green Bay. So he has a really good schedule, 13 and on. Brady on the other hand has, let's see. Decent schedule too, but he does have a bye week 13, so be aware of that. Aaron Jones, Brian Hill, Aaron Jones, 100%, my man. Aaron Jones is a monster. He has a good buy low last week. Jeffrey, how do you feel about keeping Philly for week 16? So let's look. So I have them as my start of the week this week. Let's see. Let's look at our schedule. So they're good for this week. Oh, man. If you have the room, it looks something Burke is doing, right? If you have the room, sure, but like the ones I've highlighted here, I don't love playing them. Oh, I mean, hey, if you have the room, I think it's fine, but like, I don't know that I would necessarily play Eagles for these weeks, right? Especially weeks, I mean, honestly, Cleveland maybe, but weeks 12 to 15, you don't play them, right? So if you have the room and you're willing to sacrifice that for the defense, I think they're a great hold for week 16. The other thing you need to think about is week 16 is your championship, right? So the risk is not only in a roster spot, which may or may not be valuable to you at this moment, but you also have to think about like, you know, what are your chances that you think you're going to be able to get into the playoffs, or sorry, into the championship. So if you feel very confident, you have a strong team, you can get it. I think they're a great play for week 16, but holding them for 5 weeks and betting yourself to make it to the Super Bowl, I think great, you know, do it if you want to, but it's, you know, there's definitely multiple risks involved in that. Yeah, I mean, honestly, any defense you can pretty much start against Dallas. So yeah, if you want to do it, I don't blame you, but do not start them against anyone between weeks 12 and 15 unless there's one of their starting quarterbacks gets injured. But I am glad that you're thinking ahead, and that's something I need to consider when I, you know, do make my video for defensive stashes for the rest of the season. So that's good. All right, well, we just hit the 2-hour mark. I'll leave questions up for another minute, and then we'll probably end the stream. But then the following week, Dallas did well with their new quarterback. Yeah, who did they play? I don't remember who they played. I remember there's a way to be able to like look at their opponent, right? And see like how they did, but yeah. I do think, you know, Dallas, you know, there are a few teams that you can probably start anyone against, but yeah, hopefully that helps. But hey, I'm glad you and Burke are both on the Eagles Colts train. Colts should be good, you know, for a long time after this. I mean, let me know if any of you guys start the Colts against the Packers. I'm going to do a little bit more analysis on that. It's a tough start for me, but I think they could do well. Oh yeah, that's a Steelers game. That was a weird game. That was a really weird game. So I wouldn't put too much. You know, that's just a weird game. I don't know. Yeah, Revise. Hey, thanks for coming, and I hope to see you in a future stream, man. Appreciate it. Oh, perfect. I appreciate that. Thank you, Revise. Glad to have another, you know, person in the community. Hey, you'll see it. Come by more streams. We've got a fun community. You know, Burke's been here since day one. He's been, you know, he's a great guy. We've got some really good, you know, guys who are here for every stream, and we just talk fantasy. So come on through. But yeah, Revise, Jeffrey, Burke. Thank you so much. Yeah, Burke, we'll talk. Well, I mean, we'll talk, I'm sure, multiple times about that defensive decision. So don't stress too much about it. But yeah, we'll definitely look into it, and I'll keep that in mind for you. But yeah, we're gonna call it a night, boys. Thank you so much. It's been fun. I really appreciate you guys all coming on late night. And next stream will potentially, for sure, be Tuesday night. We'll do a split stream between Tuesday night, early afternoon or late afternoon, and one super late, and then potentially one at Monday night. So yeah, get those notifications on, and we'll talk soon. But good luck, everyone. Yeah, Burke, much love. Thank you for always coming in and supporting the stream, and you know, we're hopefully continue to grind and get better. All right, good night, y'all. We'll talk soon.